Springs make the difference. We caught up with Fenetex owner Michael Murray on a job at EverBank Stadium where the Jacksonville Jaguars play. He's checking on a Fenetex one-track system after they've been hoisted into the stadium with a crane. Even after being swung around 200 feet in the air, the screens are still working great. That's because of the Fenetex quiet spring technology.
So they're looking great. You can see the screen stays flat, and this has to do with Fenetex's track. It's spring-loaded inside. What that does is even if we push on the screen, it bounces right back into its original position. A little detail on how the Fenetex side track works. It's a three-piece track, and the inner piece moves back and forth. Inside the cover are springs that provide the tension. When I take off the cover, you're going to see how the spring is located just in here. What happens is this track moves in and out, but when I put the cover on, now this track is under tension. And that's how the system works.
When you really compare the Fenetex quiet spring system to others, like the ones that use magnets, it gets clear real fast why the Fenetex quiet spring system is better.
All right, we're going to look at the difference between a spring and magnets and why we use springs. A spring, by its nature, has an even tension. It's a very simple mechanism, so we can know how much force the spring has. So if we want to increase tension or decrease tension, it's just a matter of popping these springs out. It's a very simple mechanism. Magnets are a little more difficult, particularly when dealing with a neodymium magnet. The closer they get together, the stronger they pull. It's very difficult to know and calculate the difference between a magnet and how to hold it right in just the right place to get the right tension on the screen. So right now, I probably have 20-some pounds of force on the magnet, but when I get out here, I have very little. The problem also with the magnets is they want to accelerate together. When they accelerate, they crash, and they very often break. What happens when the magnet breaks from crashing together? Do you see that spark?
FYI, the spark was unintended. It just kind of happened.
This coating is the only thing that protects the magnet from rusting. The magnet itself is iron with a little bit of neodymium in. Once this coating is broken, this is just a piece of iron inside an aluminum track. And then the dissimilar metals work against each other in the environment and these rust. Once they rust, the magnets stop working. There's no way to fix it.
Like the professor said, over time the magnets destroy the track. Here you see what happens with the other guy's tracks. Is rust included, or do you pay extra for that? Another huge benefit of using the Fenetex quiet springs is how easy they are to set up and repair.
If something doesn't work out in the field and the installer needs to make a change, all they have to do is take a spring out, add a spring in, easy to change, and this is why a spring is so much easier and better than a magnet.
Don't get sucked in by the magnet hype. Magnets, fantastic for notes on refrigerators, but don't waste money on them holding up your patio screens. One-track screens by Fenetex with quiet spring technology.